Alive, the Street 919 FM.
My brother.
So welcome back. Just a bit of housekeeping for you. Value Optical wishes to advise the public that all 13 branches will now be open full-time and to provide expert eye care services to you. All of our regular services are now available. For your safety, we continue to practice the established health and safety protocols, and we recommend that you make an appointment for all testing services. Please call us at 225-4865 or toll-free 800-2020 for all inquiries on opening hours, eye testing availability, and how we can assist your eye care needs. Value Optical, caring for your eyes. Johnny Q for all your hardware, building materials, auto parts, small tool rentals, pets and pet supplies. Gravel and sand now available. Don't forget PowerMaster, Optima Vata and Megastar batteries starting from $488. And it's all at Johnny Q, number 15, Peter Avenue, Woodbrook, and our new Johnny Q Superstore in Lowlands Mall, Tobago off Claude Noel Highway. Just call 63 Tools. Digicel customers get all the convenience. Now you're no longer limited to paying with your credit card. Use your Visa debit card on My Digicel app to pay your Digicel Plus and mobile bill. Top up or purchase a plan. Download the My Digicel app in your mobile app store today. International cricket superstars Karen Pollard, Dwayne Bravo, Lyndall Simmons and Riyad Emmet, even Raymond Ramnarayan and Ravi B, has all been using Omega XL for joint pain and getting great results. So what about you? Just pick up a bottle of Omega XL right now at all leading pharmacies or call Great Health Limited at 225-0410. So live long and stay strong with Omega XL. Yes, so guys, welcome back. Yes. Ooh.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Well, I see there's just one other development story. That is with the proposal to replace the natural grass at the Nelson Mandela Park with AstroTurf.
Yeah.
And the Prime Minister has intervened in the conversation. So he put out he put out a post yesterday, and then he put out another one this morning. Apparently, people thought that his reference to salesman in his post yesterday was in reference to the mayor, who happens to be an insurance salesman. So let's see here what it says here. Okay, there. Let me get it here. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah. Right. So yesterday the Prime Minister said replacing the natural environment at Mandela Park with artificial turf is a salesman's foolish idea that ought not to waste the time or the resources of the Port of Spain Corporation. The government is sure the corporation can put its time and money to much better use and spare us all this unnecessary aggravation. Well, I guess he probably got word that people thought that his reference to a salesman's foolish idea was, as I said, in reference to the mayor of Port of Spain, who happens to be an insurance salesman and a branch manager, I think, at Sagicor. So he says this morning, 36 minutes ago, the Prime Minister put out another post on his Facebook page. My reference to salesman in my comment on the Port of Spain Corporation misadventure in Mandela Park is in no way a reflection on the mayor's profession, something that didn't occur to me, or professional conduct. I was referring specifically to the corporation taking seriously and possibly being led astray by the supposedly unsolicited proposal from an AstroTurf sales pitch from someone looking for a business opportunity, gift wrapped as a good idea, which should have weakened and excited the corporation. So we'll see how that develops, if it is that the mayor will, I imagine that the UNC is only a matter of time before they say, well, based on the Prime Minister's utterances, that the mayor should tender his resignation. Yeah. So they probably, as with Raymond Timke, okay. No surprise there. No surprise at all.
Ah, boy. Very good.
Yes, I guess you can open the lines and let the people say what they have to say.
Guys, you can call us up 3420081 and 4665391. Those are the numbers to call. You can call me up. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Dominic. I have one more point, and I'll say thank you again.
Yes, sir.
Argument because I didn't hear a program on Sunday, so I heard you just now. My guru had us to put Miss Sharon Ali in a place some night ago. Well, she didn't deal with her, but in her referring that we had a downgrade. And I don't know why the opposition keep telling people a downgrade is when you move from A or B status down to C or junk bond status. We haven't moved. What they give us is an outlook of what could happen in the next year if we don't set things in place because of low oil prices. So I think somebody somewhere responded to Ms. Sharon Ali and told her, I said, what if it's the Prime Minister? And asked, oh no, I think it's the Minister of Finance. Far as I heard, responded to Ms. Sharon Ali because I think she teaches, she's a lecturer at IWER.
Yes.
And doesn't know what a downgrade is. Check it out and see if the Minister of Finance didn't respond to Ms. Sharon Ali. But my guru put her in a sort of a background on a radio program. She didn't come back out on the other night. I don't know if she'll come back this week. Enjoy the morning, gentlemen. And thanks, Dominic.
Caller, good morning.
Morning. Again, Bruce. Hey, Dominic, I hear you discuss, you say that you don't cost something. You could call me, there is a payment that cost people in Town Market, you know. You could call me, I go cost them for you. There is a payment to cost all them people in Town Market. All the great problem. When you see us coming afraid, and you say good morning to all the people who I didn't say good morning to before. Everybody love and everybody. Only don't cost nobody, call me. I go to the work for you, I go.
Oh gosh. So guys, you can call us up 3420081 4665391. This is the time to call us up. Lines are open. Caller, good morning.
Bruce.
Oi.
Dominic. Oh, Dominic.
Yes, ma'am.
What's going on with Anna Robert's face? You could help me, please?
What she said?
Wait, is that?
Anna Robert's face. Could you tell me what it is going on with Anna Robert's face?
The face?
He in a totally mess. I gone.
I understand.
Well, he looked like he put on some serious weight, eh?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he looked a little bloated.
Okay. Eating too much.
We don't hear suffering. He's certainly not suffering.
No. Thing in the fever, man. Caller, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Bruce.
Morning.
Hello, good morning, Bruce and Dominic. Kelman.
Morning.
And I just called to tell my granddaughter happy birthday because she had Kelman. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah, and happy birthday to all those celebrating birthdays today and this week going forward. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Dominic. Good morning, Bruce.
Morning.
Morning.
Tell me something. Why is it UNC using this man as a spokesperson to host the Olympics?
Well, that's what we was asking too, you know.
I don't understand that, boy. Everybody knows who Anna Roberts is. But like, we really have no moral standard in this country. Anything you go, they're trying to sanitize him. Well, that's what I'm thinking right now. Maybe going back for a seat again.
Right.
So maybe it's that public relations son, but I don't know. But every time I see a man singing on the Olympics, but it's just upset. I want to see the Olympics. So they can't hire any other sports commentator other than him. And that is why I keep saying, I think it's time for some of these TV stations and radio stations to clear their hand on them. They're either affiliated with a certain political party. Let us know that. Just like how Fox News is affiliated with the Republican Party in the United States, everybody knows what they stand for. The stupidness about not for one, for against, and both parties are for, that is a lie. It's either you're for the PNM or for the UNC. Right? Dominic will stay out of that. I just want to hear Dominic's opinion on that, but he's thinking about it. It's a time for some of these TV stations and radio stations to declare their hand, whether it's PNM affiliated or UNC affiliated. That is all. You have a good day.
Yeah, man. Take care. Caller, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hi, good morning. You hear me? Sorry about that. Guess you're not hearing me. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Bruce and Dominic. Good morning. You see that Fally Augustine? He has no relevance again. Fally's trying to be relevant to something. You realize that he has been thrown in the PDP bamboo patch? Who are you seeing now doing all the press conferences and interviews? It's Faith Israel and what they have no time for Fally anymore. Fally has been used by what now they have. So the only time he could be relevant is to go on the social media and put out this nonsense. And with CLC3, why they have Anil Robert pulling down their station? I wonder if they head up and Tamatan and see what's going on in CLC3. This is all they could do to bring Anil Robert to bring down their station. Have a pleasant morning.
To my dear, take care. Caller, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Bruce and Dominic, good morning.
Morning.
This is something different.
Morning.
I want to speak about the Olympics. You know, the medals, like gold, silver, and bronze, I find this is give everybody gold. In context, yes. The first runner-up.
Caller, you're breaking up, you know.
All right. The first runner-up. You know?
A little better.
You hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
The first runner-up to be a 24-karat gold medal. The second runner-up, an 18-karat gold, smaller one. And the third runner-up, 10-karat gold. And they could give the fourth prize a silver. And you see how it's going to go better. Everybody will come out. That's all I say.
All right, that's something nice. I like that concept. I like that. Nice concept. Three 420-081 466-5391. Lines are currently open. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Batman and Robin.
Morning.
I know plenty of people don't like to hear my voice. Yet I like to talk. I'm getting long in age and I want to talk till I'm dead. All right, we're talking about the credit union this morning. I want to tell my friends and family out there, credit union is the best way to go. I'll tell you why. I have been a member for over 55 years and my money is safe up to date. And the interest is better, but the best thing about the credit union is if you are an ambitious person, money-wise, and you like money, you join the credit union and you can become a director. When you become a director, you can travel the world. I have been able to see 10 countries because of credit union.
Okay.
So it's just sharing what can happen with the credit union. But the bank disappointed me when I had my child in 1990. I won't go into details, but I'm talking from experience where I would like to encourage the youth to join the credit union and you will reach places. Penelope Beckles was on the board of credit union. Plenty important people, Gary Cross. I could tell many names that elevated people. So I talk already, this old age. 73 years, you know. Anyway, I just want to share the knowledge that credit union is the best way to go. Okay. But whenever we are approaching people, we must approach with dignity. And Bruce sounded like he did with dignity. He stood firm and he got results. Don't go cussing and carrying and getting on like a badge because it's a small establishment. Go with pride, and you know when you go with pride, you too will become a director because people will recognize how nice you are, how good you are, and they will encourage your ambition and inspire your hope. So this is just a little thing to start for the youth. And even the older people could switch to. It's up to you all. Because I find bank is very discouraging. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
One more wine, one more drink.
Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce. Morning, Dominic, Sharon, everybody else. Good morning.
Morning.
I heard a name all you calling this morning on a tree station. You know, I don't even never even think because the point is I do not look at any station that doesn't bring over what they're supposed to bring. And hearing from what you all are saying, I mean, I hear it on the news, I don't look at it. I don't look at it. It's at a radio station on mornings during the week. I don't listen to it either. So, all you don't give them space or let them know all you're listening to them at all. Don't listen to them. They'll make all your brain go wild. Okay? Yes. If they can educate me with something sensible, why should I listen to them? And the station should know that. Okay?
Yes.
Right.
Me and my friend when we reach this problem, grab them and jam rhythm section, we inside looking.
Caller, good morning. Hello, good morning. Caller, good morning.
A blessed morning to you, Bruce Wade.
Morning.
Dominic, Miss Sharon, Felix, all listeners and callers, all who are on the live. My concern this morning is the mayor of Port of Spain, who wanted to spend $20 million down at the Mandela Park. Mr. Mayor, the Central Market want refurbishing. Take out $10 million and put it in and refurbish the Central Market for me, please. You understand me? Mr. Mayor, a fire occurred last year, April, and up to now the people and them can't get those buildings and them to use. some of the toilets, down for a good while now. Take 10 million and refurbish the Central Market for me, please, Mr. Mayor. Deputy Mayor, I know you are a man listening, but you know the one on top of you. Let him hear what's going on and do the right thing, Mr. Mayor, with the monies in the Port of Spain City Corporation. No, nothing for Nelson Mandela Park. Take the money and refurbish the Central Market. Please, Mr. Mayor. Thank you very much, Bruce and Dominic.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Caller, good morning.
Bruce,
Oi.
this one for Dominic. Dominic, I saw in the papers, two lovers fight against some woman, and one decide he not giving no statement to the police in Tobago. You read that, Dominic?
Nah, I didn't.
I wanted to read it. It's on today's Guardian too. You understand me? Like one was giving another one a book now. And some blows fast. And they decide not to give the police no statement. They don't want to press no charge. Dominic, that make my week. I gone.
I'll check that one out.
I don't go and say the same thing. Which is it in the Guardian?
Yeah.
I ain't seeing. Let me take the next call in the meantime. Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Bruce.
Morning.
Good morning, Dominic.
Morning.
And Dominic. Morning. Hello?
Go ahead.
Yes, sir, we hearing you.
I'm not hearing you.
Go ahead. You hearing us? Go ahead.
Yeah, Bruce.
Yeah. Some people hearing us, some not hearing us. I don't know what's going on. Some people hearing us, some not hearing us. I don't know what's happening there. To the person that just called, we were hearing you. I don't understand why he wasn't hearing us.
Perfect.
Caller, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay. I ain't see that story, Dominic. I see a thing with man relative sustained gunshot wounds in family scuffle. I didn't think that is what she was talking about. Let me see. Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi,
Did not
morning.
hear it. Good morning to you and good morning to Dominic. Yes, last night that was on the news what Mommy said. Two person, one beat one, in that is in Tobago, and the one who got licked, he say he not given no evidence to the police. But I want to say something what Mommy said before with the pensioners, right? In 2010, the UNC did bring a proposal that pensioners to send out a form stating that pensioners will have access to open a banking account for their pensions to go into the banking account because of due to people was robbing the post people and then when they go to carry the checks and things, right? Some take it and some did not take it. But when this government come in, they do the same thing, and people refuse to open a banking account for the money to go in. And I figure the minister who in charge of that should apply. I know it's people right, but apply that if they are coming to sign, they can't get no check because you see we in a pandemic and they going in the post office to collect the check that they're looking for hazard to take place around the country.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, but that was a proposal from the UNC, and then the PNM take it up and thing, and say that when it checks something, because they even say that if any check go missing and thing, they're not responsible and thing, because they ask them to open a banking account. Okay, for the check to go in. Okay. Then.
Caller, morning.
Bruce.
Oi.
Check page 9 on the Guardian, where you see pigtail and alcohol seas and a Coast Guard also arrested in Tobago. Check it and you will see Dominic. Go to the thing now, man. I know you're better at you and Bruce. I gone.
I do have the caller, good morning. Morning.
Good morning, Uncle Bruce.
Morning.
And Uncle Bruce Train as well. There are some things that's going around with regards to pensioners having the direct deposit done, right? A lot of them, per se, has done it, right? And the forms, or I don't know if it's the forms that were not returned directly to the Ministry of Finance just yet, but I could pinpoint you to quite a few persons. There's 3 years now. There's a woman up by me who's 87 years of age, right? And up until this day, her check still comes home, and she filled out all the forms and everything, and not just one, but several. Because every time she goes back to the Ministry of Social Development and tell them, they give her a new form, and when she takes it to the bank and they fill it out and she takes it back to them, it's either the form misplaced or something. So what I think they should probably do is maybe have it done the same day, because, I mean, when you look at it, a lot of people still getting it done, but is having it activated is another.
Okay, understood.
So, locked on and listening.
Yeah, man, take care. Thanks for the call. Caller, good morning. Hello, good morning. Caller, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Bruce. Dominic.
Yeah.
Dominic. What I want to say is that this situation about the receiving of the Mandela Park, it seemed like somebody from the corporation, they wanted to eat our food, boy. It's a good thing the Prime Minister stepped in and stopped it. And he called it a foolish act. So therefore the Prime Minister is calling his own CNN people foolish. Thank you.
Boy.
Never had a romantic sexual.
Yeah, your partner learning to be a DJ, man. He could mix.
Well, at least he finally gave the PM kudos for something.
Yeah. Caller, morning.
Dominic.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dominic.
Caller, go ahead.
Yeah, I had a radio on, but I now hear you, Bruce. Dominic gotta stop this man in his shoes. You can hear it, he just pick and choose things. Up to now, he apologize for making a reckless thing. Oh, he read about in 4 papers concerning the foster coming. You understand? So the food the Prime Minister stopped. It had to be probably one of the UNC. One of them wanted to eat their food. They stopped that. Fool like him. Racial fool like him.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Bruce. Good morning to Dominic and everyone else.
Morning.
Central, well, you're happy now. You have company. Since you know the Prime Minister recognized fools in the PNM, you have company now, so you will be happy.
All right, I'm going to try it again. Caller, good morning.
Hi, morning, Bruce. Morning, Dominic.
Morning. You hearing me on the phone or on the radio?
I don't know if you're probably hearing me, but I'm not hearing. But
okay.
Here's my thing, And Central, thanks for listening, because like a lot of you, and I keep telling people, especially who support this particular station, don't be bothered with numbers. There are a lot of people listening. They might not have YouTube or Facebook, but they're listening, and it's very, very important. Because I'm telling you, for 2015 and 2020 shaped the way for the right-thinking citizens to understand who you don't want to run your company, which is Trinidad and Tobago. Bruce and Dominic, I'm very pleased that the Prime Minister put a stop to that particular, if it's a recommendation or what was going to be done with the paving of Mandela, the surfing of Mandela Park, and the surfing and whatever recommendation that was made. I think it did make sense. Now, if we're promoting greenery, it's a catch-22 for me, because environment is a big deal now, especially in the energy sector. And it transcends itself into normal operations or normal day living with garbage collections and so on. So, in a sense, it promotes your life. I think the end result would be that. So, I think it was a bad recommendation that was made for that to happen. But I know there was a big quarrel at one time when Carlos John went on to pave some part of the savannah. And then we, of course, embraced it after a while because it showed where we got away from the mud. So what I'm thinking, I think the mayor should concentrate really, even though there was some arrangement or some agreement, I don't know if it's unwritten, in relation to the savannah being paved. But here what? During the rainy season, when you have events in the savannah, outside the main entrance, of course, you can't park inside. That outside area, I think the mayor should consider that being paved. While the rest of the savannah could be exposed for sporting events and so on, where you have an administration aspect or an event aspect taking place in the savannah, I think it's very difficult for people to park on grass during the rainy season. And it's muddy outside there. I think just get the right team up. And I think it is used as a vaccination site. And of course, security doing their job, push it into the mud to park. I think that should be a consideration as to whether or not you should pave there. Of course, it could be a problem with the environmentalists and these people who are quite selective, because I remember even down on the foreshore, they made a big hurrah when I think this African man wanted to keep a calypso thing out down there, and then eventually you have that big mall down there now, and the Syrian man make no noise. So sometimes we're selective. But here it is. Here's my problem again. If we're promoting life based on the environment, which is good, you also have the problem where people living longer to collecting like NIS and pension. That becoming not a problem, but being red flagged now as people living longer as well should pay more towards these make more contribution towards these things. Because the other end, in the NIS, you find there's a problem with it, and Dominic had a nice program the other day. My thing is, unless we get it correct for proper accountability, I think it will be a stress on the citizens. And it has nothing to do with the politics of the minister, It has a lot to do with the parliament in getting things approved. Because the gentleman just spoke about how you go through when you're sending all the documents and you can't get things approved quickly. I'll give an example. My wife applied for NIS. She gets a lump sum. She went through the burden of getting everything correct. And when she got it correct and she sent it in, it came back with her name spelled wrong. So she sent it back. It's taken 3 months to validate. So there's a problem. And it's stressful. And it's a lot to do with public servants taking things for granted out there with people who need what they require. So, I've taken a little long this morning, but to just, connect things in our society that we need proper accountability for, proper legislation, and for people out there to understand what needs to be done now for the benefit of the citizens. And one thing that I don't agree with is the tilting of Mandela Park. Think about it, man. Take care, guys. Thanks for letting me know the contribution this morning.
Yeah, man. So Jereme Richards got into the finals. He placed third in the semi.
Was that it, Bruce?
I say Jereme Richards. He got into the finals. He placed third in the semis.
Oh.
So.
It's pouring rain here by me, so I'm barely here.
You serious, brother, man? You keep that up the road there, no?
Thunders and lightnings. Like
what? Keep that up by you. I didn't work with no with no umbrella this morning. Huh? Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Dominic, Bruce, Sharon, Sharon, because IWER, concerning that issue with the Mandela Park raised there, you're watching how private sector willing to participate in order to probably make profit, or something. Maybe, they probably had an idea where, they thought they would have jumped on some profit. But what I'm saying is that, we have a lot of rich people in this country, extremely rich people. Good morning, sir. So what I'm saying now is that the private sector could take up projects with that same attitude they have where they wanted to make money. They could probably get involved. All right, for instance, how they get involved with the vaccination program, and it was kind of, and it was not kind of, where probably enough people to go and vaccinate where the complaint was. Well, what we could do, you see the rapid rail, I think brothers should come together. The rich in the country, the rich people in the country, come together, wake back up the dead, wake back up the feasibility study, and I know a lot of people knock there because they say the private sector are greedy and traveling by train will be expensive and blah, 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 blah. But I think they should revisit that as business people, as a public government, private sector kind of initiative, do the feasibility study and see if all they could achieve at least one phase. If you have, the East-West or the North-South, see if they can achieve the business people in this country to come together with government and only use all the money and achieve at least one phase of the rapid rail project, make up the feasibility study, achieve one phase and see, in terms of, where the toll will be to travel and things, to see if all they could make back a portion. So I think if they try to bring a rail, I think they could do a lot of good business. So work well for them in terms of workers coming to work on time, blah, 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 blah. But at least one phase, give it a little investigation. Dominic, I know how we're looking in your numbers, in your accounting numbers, if it will be work, if it's something like something workable. But, it's just a suggestion I put forward that the private sector should actually investigate. Because all first world countries and developing countries have rails, and rails just help with cargo. It just help with moving people in mass. Rail brothers go leave their car home and jump on the rail. So it's just a suggestion of private sector should at least wake back up the feasibility, pay for it, get the feasibility, get the estimate, whatever. That'll be one phase. We go give all a little applause and see if they can do a little one phase of the let's say East-West or North-South.
Okay.
How about the day, brother?
Yeah, man, take care. Well, that really had to be real following you. I'm watching your hearing apparatus. Caller, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Bruce, Dominic. I about the rocket rail business. Isn't the PNR government wasted 500 million on a feasible study for rocket rail business? And could you remember the same PNM who closed down the train system? Oh my gosh. You closed down something where you could have improved on it. Yet you come and spend $500 million for a study for the same train system. Okay.
Hey, Bruce.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to finish listening to him.
Yeah, I have a little delay there. Yeah. And again, the you see, and what UNC people don't understand, right? They always like to reference Singapore, Bruce. when it comes to development and where Singapore was and what China today. And one of the reasons why Singapore is where it is today is because their Prime Minister recognized that in order to attract foreign direct investment, in order to attract foreigners to come to Singapore and invest directly, Singapore needed to look like a developed country. And so he would have done his research to see what a developed country looked like back then, and he would have spent the money and incorporated it and so on. Singapore didn't have the kind of natural resource wealth that we have. They were deemed to be a backwater outpost of the UK. And now today, they are one of the most developed countries in the world. Because you see, they understand what developed status looks like. And they spend the money for it. But in Trinidad here, when you do things in order to bring us to developed country status, the first thing the UNC just jump up and say is a vanity project. Right? And they dismiss it. And of course, when they come and talk dollars and cents, the population, all who suffering and they have food and can't buy chicken and could only buy chicken food, jump on the money bandwagon and not consider what are the long-term benefits. So they will go to all these other foreign countries and they're happy to ride the train. Oh yes, never ride on a train before, I want to ride on it. Trinidad here. Right. So Central is talking about the PNM stop the old train system and they could have improved on it and so on. And it was all part of a mass transit system at that time, and there would have been the creation of the bus route and so on, and the whole bus system and all of that, and it would have benefited. But even so, at the end of the day, yes, you have to do feasibility studies, because where the train was going to run, you have to make sure that identify the area, how much it would cost, and these things. And you see, this is the problem. They like to talk about the cost and how much money pelt out. But you ain't going to talk about over how much billion spent, $1 billion plus spent on the wastewater treatment plant. What we get for that, Central? You ever get one drop of water? We get some things by the Cougar roundabout there. I think that's down on his side, where NP is now putting up a gas station that looking like some UFO. Have no idea what those huts or whatever it is that was for. But they're just there. I don't understand when they were taking money from NGC. By the end of the day, I think that a rapid rail system is inevitable in this country. When, I don't know, because we don't have the money for it now. But if it is that we want to have developed country status, these are the things that, and it may have to come about by a public-private partnership, as the previous caller was talking about.
Yeah.
It cannot be something that the government alone undertakes. So again, these feasibility studies is what would determine, particularly for the private sector, if it is something that they want to invest their money in, how long it's going to take for them to make a return on their investment before they put any monies into that. So yes, Central $500 million was spent on the feasibility study, and it would have borne fruit had it not been for the UNC and the PP. No rapid rail. That was their mantra. That was their campaign, along with Axi tax. Do so. Remember? All of that you all stopped. We are in 2021. The PNM had a plan called 2020, Vision 2020, that was supposed to see us become our developed countries by 2020. As last year. How much progress did you all put a stop to? If you all didn't stop the smelter plant, we could have been earning significant foreign exchange from the smelter plant now to offset the losses in the energy sector. But I know you all come and talk about Petrotrin, because again, you all failed to understand and to accept and acknowledge that Petrotrin was losing money, $2 billion a year. But all you want to talk about how much money was going into the treasury. Yes, they were earning foreign exchange in the same way now that Heritage is earning foreign exchange, and the same way Paria is also earning foreign exchange. Paria isn't doing anything different. They're still shipping fuel, imported fuel to other Caribbean countries who were benefiting from Petrotrin. So they're still earning foreign exchange. But it's just that they were losing money, because for each barrel of oil that they were importing, the amount of refined fuel that they were getting from that, they were operating at a loss. The profit they were making was less than what they were paying for the barrel of oil, Central. But you won't talk about that. No, Petrotrin and Petrotrin and Petrotrin. It's because Petrotrin closed down that the country suffered. I don't know. Well, we'll continue to ride the bus and the maxi until this cohort of UNC is gone. And, well, I don't hold out any hope for the future of the UNC because the future of the UNC looks very much like the present and the past. So, we see how things goes, Bruce, as our country's economic fortunes hopefully pick up in the not too distant future. Maybe that is a project that we could revisit, and so that we as Trinidad and Tobago citizens wouldn't have to talk about riding a train outside and how nice the ride was, and we can actually speak to it from a domestic perspective. It's amazing how we could talk about PNM waste station here. Not UNC them waste. Nothing, Bruce. We were living in a veritable utopia from 2010 to 2015. Everything was perfect. We had no problems. All the projects that they shelved, that Mr. Manning had in train. No pun intended. If it is that the UNC had followed through on even half of that, the country might have been in a better place today than we are now. I wonder if Central ever ride in a train.
If I answer that, I will get in trouble. So I'm not answering that.
He doesn't sound like he's old enough to have traveled a train back then. But I could be wrong.
I'm not answering that. I have nothing to say. I am not answering that. And thank God we're nearly out of time. I'm not answering that. We probably have about 5 more minutes again before, well, not so much here, about 5 more minutes before we leave here. I'm not saying that, Dominic. Let's take our next call here. Caller, good morning.
Good morning again, San Dominic. Well, I took the last train ride when train was at Tobago. But Mr. Mayor wanted to, privatize the Mandela Park for people to pay to go in the Mandela Park. What a thing, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor, the Central Market, short staff. And as I share, take part of that money, I'll always repeat it. That part of that money, and refurbish the market for me, please, Mr. Mayor. This is my message this morning, because it hurting me, Bruce and Dominic, to know that they have $20 million to spend, and they get buffed for it. And things to do, they didn't want to do it with the money. Thank you very much. Watch them.
So guys, that's basically all the time we have for today. I know I didn't even check to see my daily word. I didn't check to see what is my daily word. Look at that. My daily word for today is guidance.
Some people need that.
Yeah, the divine in me knows the way to go. If I ever feel uneasy wondering which way to turn, or if I'm afraid of making the wrong choice, I simply stay centered in the awareness of the Christ presence within within and follow its guidance. When I wonder what my next step might be, I pause. Breathing deeply, I relax. If stress or worry arise, I meet those feelings with understanding and compassion. I call for the divine guidance that I know is always within me. Soon, I feel fresh ideas start to take shape. Visualizing possible next steps, I begin to see how they can lead me exactly where I need to go. From this space, I discover new confidence and faith as I move forward. I am grateful for the spirit within that guides me along my path. The law of their God is in their hearts. Their steps do not slip. Psalm 37:31. So guys, that's all the time we have for today. Talk talk to you guys tomorrow, please God. Dominic will be back in on Thursday. Sharon is with us tomorrow, please God. So Dominic, as we say, my friend, ciao.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.